Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Revenge of the Radio Show. That's Mac. He's an asshole. My name's Zach. I, too, am an asshole. And over here, we've got Chris. He is also an asshole. The goal of this channel is going to be to just kind of talk to you guys about films that you typically wouldn't pick up off the shelf. So, Mac, tell us a little bit about the film we just watched.
Bam. Today's movie is Winners Take All, the Henderson Brothers story. The film is from 2016. It stars Zane Crosby, Josh Lively, and is directed by Justin Chanel, I guess is how you say it.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, we just finished up watching this film, and I think we're all in agreement. We all chuckled quite a bit, had some good laughs.
Definitely did.
I think it goes without say this falls under the mockumentary category, and the first thing that you just really are not going to get away with is trying not to compare the film, if it's a mockumentary, to films such as This Is Spinal Tap. And that's not necessarily a bad thing at all, because I actually felt like it did a lot of the things that This Is Spinal Tap did very well. What I tried to do when watching this film was put myself in the shoes of someone who might not think that it's a mockumentary. I wanted to think as if, okay, if I were just flipping through the channel and I saw this come on TV, how long would it take me to realize, oh, they're messing with us right now?
You know,
and
that happened with me with Reno 911.
Yeah?
Thought it was a real cop show until I saw him beating the guy in a milkshake costume.
Well,
something was up.
Well, here in West Virginia, I'm pretty sure that that's probably a daily occurrence. So, but, okay, yeah. I remember being a kid with This Is Spinal Tap, and it was probably a good 45 minutes to an hour into the film before I realized, oh, they're fucking with me right now. And I feel like this fell into the same category, so I think that makes this film a success.
I have a confession. I hate This Is Spinal Tap.
What?
I have a confession too. I haven't seen it. I've seen commercials though.
I am not a fan.
Okay, all right. Well, you guys. And
I'll put it on my list.
Please, it's don't listen to this guy over here. It's quite a good film. But let's just kind of talk about some of the things we liked about the film. Chris, you got anything off the top of your head?
It honestly gave me like a small amount of nostalgia. Like when I used to make films, which I never really finished any of them, but it just gave me that sense like of me back in the day making crappy movies with a little hand cam I bought with my first paycheck when I worked at the local movie theater.
Yeah, that's a good point. That was one of the things I was going to mention. That was the first thing that came up. The shots of the VHS tapes and whatnot. Yeah. I was like, oh, nostalgia, which I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I worked at Blockbuster for many years, and it was like right at the edge of VHS completely coming off the shelf. We still had a very small section of it. But yeah, nostalgia, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I can agree.
All right.
Definitely agree.
Cool. Well, I'm going to pass it over to you. What do you think?
I liked how it made fun of the movies that I typically watch. Well, I wouldn't say make fun of, but kind of pull out their shortcomings. The acting, the effects, the story where they don't have the budget. They have to work within their confines. I think that brought a lot of that to light and just made fun of it as well. And I really loved the characters. I thought they were very well written. And I like how they were portrayed.
Cool. Yeah, and you know, this one of the big reasons we're doing this is for you to expose us to this really just high-end level of underground film making. And I'm a little bit accustomed to it, but obviously not like you, Master. But so, you know, based off of that does get me very excited for things to come. Because the two films that, you know, were kind of the faux films used, the second one, what was it called? Cannibal
Swim Club.
Cannibal Swim Club. I really want to see the feature length.
Yeah, I speak with Justin fairly often on social media, and that's one thing I always bring up is how Stabber Man and Cannibal Swim Club needs to be an actual film.
Right on. Very cool. Which it kind of like how much I want to see that put into production. Reminds me of a stint that I had at Blockbuster when Tropic Thunder came out. And it was perfect timing working in a video store because I'm sure you guys remember the fake trailers they do at the beginning.
Yeah.
We had so many people coming in asking for them, but it was actually just one in particular. It was the Jack Black film, is Fatty's Fart 3, Fatty's Fart 2, and people were visibly upset that those films weren't real. And it's funny and ironic because it's kind of a testament to what they were making fun of. So yeah, that's where we're at. So now that we've kind of talked about the good stuff, Mac, off the top of your head, is there anything you kind of didn't care for in the film?
Yeah, I didn't like that Stabber Man and Cannibal Swim Club is not a real movie.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, other than the actual film itself, the parts that are bad, they make the movie even better.
Yeah. It's bullshit. So, 0 out of 10, really, based on that. No, I'm kidding. Chris?
Yeah, I want to agree with Mac a little bit on that. Like, it felt like anything that was bad in the movie looked to be intentional, such as just like weird eye contact or I don't even know how to explain it. Just
the audio at one point.
Yeah.
The interviews, the audio goes way up, down, or it kind of fades. Yeah, I think that adds to the quality of it.
I agree. Yeah, it definitely added to the charm of the film. Now, in terms of what we liked about the film, was there anything in particular that, that was just like the best? What was the best feature?
Man.
Or maybe something that was maybe a little underlying that someone watching it wouldn't have thought too much on. I know I've got mine.
My favorite part of the whole movie is actually Zane Crosby's performance as Michael. I really like he stands out throughout the whole film with his accent.
almost like a light Gomer Pyle.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. For me, the thing that I just really appreciated most about the film was the use of the hand in both films, and the fact that it was used the same way both times. The first time it had the bracelet, and then the second time it inexplicably had a bag on it to identify the person. So that really just kind of touched me. I feel like it was a nice touch to show the viewer that the directors in this scenario were just really, really reaching to find meaning, and it was funny. It was very funny. Chris, what about you?
I'm going to have to go with some of the special effects in the movies. One thing in particular that appeared in both movies was the use of the knife they had, and how whenever they would stab somebody, it would just go
Glide
from
around.
side to side.
Yeah, that was very, very good.
Yeah.
So, Mac, you're kind of familiar with this guy's work. So in terms of, how this film pans out, kind of give us a view of his other work in comparison.
This one is actually, it shows how much he's grown as a filmmaker. The first film of his I saw was Die and Let Live, which is his sophomore film. It's about a zombie epidemic, kind of, I guess. And that was a fun movie. It definitely showed a lot of budget constraints. The cast is fairly new at this, but it's still a great movie. His first film, Raising the Stakes, though, is a little hard to watch. So it's great to see how much he's actually grown as a filmmaker, because this is now my third or fourth viewing of this movie, and I absolutely love it still.
Very cool.
There's stuff I catch every time I watch it that I didn't catch the first time.
So kind of some final thoughts here on the film. Mac, give me something that was just life changing for you?
The puns in this definitely made me step up my dad pun game.
It's extremely important.
Yeah, I'm a father of two, so seeing all these puns, I'll definitely have to step that up.
Yeah. You're not allowed to be a dad and have bad puns.
I know, right?
Just not allowed. So, good. This is positive work. This is great stuff. I know for me, Justin Chanel, director of this film, just want to let you know, I was going to off myself tonight. I'm not going to now. So, thank you for giving me another 24 hours at least. Hopefully things are as good tomorrow as they were today. And this is thanks to you, so thanks. Chris, what was life-changing for you?
I'll be more picky about where I get my hamburgers from.
I respect that. If they don't always come with a
free
whistle
inside,
I wouldn't want it.
So are we advocating for human meat?
As long as they have whistles, yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Wait. Yes.
All right, then. Fair enough. So, Mac, final verdict.
I give the film 4 out of 5 hamburger meat whistles.
Okay, good stuff. I, too, am going to give the film 4 hamburger meat whistles out of 5. Chris?
I will as well give it 4 hamburger meat whistles out of 5.
Can we all just go through the line and say hamburger meat whistles one more time?
Okay, we're going to harmonize, okay? You start.
Hamburger meat whistle.
Hamburger meat whistle.
Hamburger wheat whistle. Wait a minute.
Hamburger wheat whistle.
Yeah, whole grain, man.
That's for the vegans out there.
Vegan.
Okay.
It's for the vegans.
Okay.
For the vegans.
Fair enough. All right. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of Revenge of the Radio Show. We hope to do many, many more. We hope you enjoy what you saw. If you did enjoy what you saw, let us know. Hit the like button and I think the subscription button. There's like some buttons you got to press to be a part of our family. I don't know. I'll figure it all out. But just start clicking some buttons and we'll see you next time. Fuck off.
God.